Hi guys, good evening. Good evening guys. Good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening. Good evening guys. How are you doing? How's been your day? How's been the lockdown over your side? Are you guys staying safe? Or you're breaking the rules? Because I know a lot of people can break rules. Hope you're keeping safe. Yeah. So today guys, I have a topic and I think we should talk about it, which is sex education. Sex education. Like, I actually want us to talk about this topic. If you're online, you can just say I want us to talk about this topic. This topic is very, very important. Okay, my name is Ogundele Titilayo Gold. A lot of people knows me as Gold. Yeah, that's my name. And also, I'm a teacher. I'm a baker. Good evening, Mr. Emmanuel. I run a foundation. I'm a social entrepreneur. I'm into business. When it comes to business, I'm always there. Okay, so I think we should start. Like I said, this topic is about sex education. Why do you think it's necessary for a child to have or to learn or to know more about sex education at a tender age? Now, let me start from this part. I'm an advocate for sexual abuse, like for both parties. I'm not this person, I'm not a feminist. I deal with two parts because male are being abused, female are being abused. So I'm not saying that for the male. The only thing is just like female has to, a lot of females having more issues than the male part. You understand? Females are the receiving end than the male part. But today I'll be talking about both parties. Mr. Babade, good evening. Good evening. I'll be talking about both parties. Why do you think sexual education is important at a tender age? One thing I will say at this point is I want to appreciate my parents and I want to appreciate all our parents. It was the training they gave to them, they passed to us. But now the world has really changed. We are not in the social world. Our children are exposed to social media. We are exposed to social media. A lot of things are going on in the world. A lot of child are being abused, both male and both female. Now, what can we do? One thing I want us to know is that there's difference between religious teaching and school teaching. Now, one thing you need to know is when it comes to religious, that's where they teach us about the Quran, the Bible. That is in the church or in the mosque. Now, when it comes to school, that is when our teacher comes in. That's when our teacher teaches, mathematics, English, and science. Now, the major role of a mother or as a parent are to teach your child sex education. These are the things that our parents never taught us when we were growing. They never taught us because maybe they thought they are exposing us to something that is bad. But with the rate at which child abuse is going on in the world now, that you can't even trust people, it is necessary and it is important to train your child. Now, I have a few points here. I won't take much of our time. I have a few points here. So we'll be taking it one by one so that we understand what I really meant. Now, as a parent, what is the relationship between you and your child? I won't be talking about the mothers alone. I'll be talking about both parents. What relationship do you have with your child? Do you think your child can trust you? How often do you ask your child things that happens to her or that happens to him? Okay, maybe your child went to school. Whenever she's back from school, what do you ask them? It's not just about go and do your assignment, No, the world is really changing. Even teachers are molesting students. That is another thing you need to know. So how do you ask them? What do you ask them? How close are you to your child? Relationship. What bond do you have with your child? As a parent, you should be the best friend of your child. Because what I noticed is most of the things I learned was in school, not from my parents. Things that I learned was in school. So I don't want us to make the same mistake, and which I know most of us here, a lot of things we learn is not from our parents. Let's be realistic with ourselves. We need to tell ourselves the truth. So one thing I tell you is I will never blame my parents for anything that has happened to me. I will never on net blame my parents. But what I'm going to do is just like I will make sure that my kids does not experience the same thing. So as a parent and a child, there should be a bond between you. It should not be just about go to church, go to your sister place, go to your this thing, go to school. No. You should be able to study your child. That is very, very important. How do you even know your child? That's the question I ask people. Do you know your child's weakness? Do you know your child's strength? How often do you ask your child questions? How often do you ask him or her, what is wrong with you? Are you okay? Who offended you? You know, that kind of thing. So relationship is very important. I don't want to take much of our time. First thing is just relationship is very, very important. Now, the second thing I need to talk about, this is very, very important, please. Tell your child the names of the sexual parts. Now, this is the problem. I realize that a lot of parents, you know, when we were growing, they will tell us it's kokoro, bum bum. Stop calling it all this name. Let them know the real name. Because at the end of the day, if you did not tell your child the truth, like you are trying to say bum bum, kokoro, all this, you know this name now. At the end of the day, somebody will now use it for them. So they are not aware about the name. So maybe there's one brother in your street that send your child something and say, okay, come inside, come and sit on my penis, or sorry to call it, you know, all these things. You know, the child does not know what it means. So he's going to sit on it. But if the child knows the meaning, she said, no, my mommy told me not to sit on anybody's laps, or you know, that kind of thing. I think we need to be truthful to our child. Let them know the name. Teachers are not the one to teach your child sex education. You are the one to teach your child sex education. That's what I'm going about. Tell your child the right name. It's very, very important. As a parent, let them know the right name. Don't hide this, because at the end of the day, what you are hiding is on social media. Okay, look at what is going on now. All these kids are at home with their 80% of the countries, they have online teaching. So all these kids have access to their phones or iPad and stuff like that. You realize that these kids, they know different websites. They know all these porn websites. These kids are exposed to it. Another question: how do you check your children's phones? Now I'm talking about maybe from age 7 and above. Do you check what they watch online? How often do you check what they watch online? This is very important. You know, we've neglected our duty as parents, all because we are looking for money. We've neglected our duty as parents, all because we're going to work. No, see, one thing you need to know is your child is your future. If anything happens to your child today, you have yourself to be blamed. That is the truth. Like I tell men, your wife is your present. Your wife will always be there for you. That is the truth. But your child are your future. In the next 30-40 years, won't your child blame you? That is a lot of kids today. They are not even taking care of their parents because their parents fails in their duty. So don't hide the names of all these things, at least from age 5. In fact, I now advise parents from age 3 to start telling your child what is real. This is it. Don't allow any man to touch this thing. In fact, maybe by 8 o'clock, set a time for your child. This is very important. Even if it's 30 minutes, call them one by one. How are you? How are you? How was you today? Who washed your bum bum from you? Maybe, for example, you're a working mother. It's fine because we need enough money to send our child to school. Ask them, who touched your bum bum? Who watched your bum bum? And please, I will be saying this to our mothers in the house. Stop telling uncles, church brothers, street brothers to watch your child bum bum. It's wrong. I'm not saying they are trying to do anything, but don't do it. Please, don't do it. Let a lady watch the bum bum of a lady. Let a guy watch the bum bum of a guy. Mind you, do you know a lot of aunties are exposing all these young boys to sexual abuse? Let me give you a story of a friend I have. He's now an adult. You know, he was telling me that whenever they are going out, maybe their parents are going for Owambe, they will drop this child with her sister's aunties in their house. Do you know that the aunties when were molesting a small boy? He said, Titi, I started having sex with adults at the age of 10. I was so mad in my spirit. A small boy, 10 years. He said, no lady can satisfy me. I feel so bad. Can you imagine? He said, no lady, he said, I will have even if I'm married, I will have different girlfriends because no lady can satisfy me. Can you imagine a boy that is exposed to sexual abuse at the age of 10 years? So that is the point. What are you teaching your dad? What are you exposing them to? So please and please, this is very, very important. This is very, very important. Then also, I'll be talking about observation. How do you observe your children? As a mother, especially mothers, I'm talking to mothers here. How often do you observe your children. If your child sleep at night, do you go and check their bum bum? There's a story on Instagram. A child, maggot is already coming out of his bum bum. Can you imagine? So they've been molesting that child for a longer time. How often? In the night when they are sleeping, go and check their bum bum. Look at it. This thing is not, it's happening. See, don't pretend. This thing is happening. So don't let us say because we are spiritual, you are not doing the right thing. Don't say because you have a job. This is your future. Whenever you have the mindset that my child is my future, there are things you always do. Are you getting what I'm going to say? So this is very, very important. We need to pray. One thing you need to know that God will do his own part. But as parents, we need to do our own part. That is one thing I want us to know. So I'm not saying that you can't neglect God, because without God, you can't do it on your own. But when you've done your own part, God will order their step in the right way. So observation, please always observe your child. Then I've talked about relationship in this communication. In fact, from age 2, start talking to your child. Let them get close to you. Be their best friend. I have a friend in the uni then. You know what he told me? He said, my mom, whenever we go for vacation or something like that, he said, my mom used to tell me, who is my boyfriend? Who did you go to? I said, my mom still knows my boyfriend. He said, my mommy told me to bring them to the house. You understand? So you will not do anything, because when you are too strict with a child, he will do it outside. Okay, let me just talk about, now I'll be talking about discipline. See, there are different ways you can discipline a child without even beating him or her. We are now in the era that Ken is not working. I think I need to say this. Me, my father is a discipliner. He can beat for Jesus. I ate the beating of my life. Of which the beating was beating me, was not even helping me, because I know that whenever I do anything bad, it's just beating. So I know that, okay, beating, but it doesn't change what I'm going to do. That is the point. There are times I was expecting them to, bring me together. Ask, why am I doing this thing? What is the reason behind it? I'm not saying you should not beat your child. There are times that you need to discipline him. One day you're more than yes, but there are times that you need to have conversation. You know what? One thing, I asked a question from someone. Your child is always the first in the class, right? Then after 3 years, your child dropped to 4th position, 5th position. Have you asked her what is really going on? That is another thing you need to know. Have you asked her what is really going on? Because if a performance of a child should drop in the school, something is affecting her emotionally, or something that is affecting her. It's not about the book again. Some child will go to school, their brain is upside down because there's one uncle that will molest them at home. Then again, who are the people that you keep your own child with? Who are the people that you say, oh, I trust them? My dear brother and sister, trust nobody. Trust yourself at this point. We are at the point that we are at the stage that trust yourself. Let me give you the example of what happened. This story that happened. Do you know that a sister, these couples are married, then the junior sister of the wife is sleeping with her sister kids, 3 years old. Can you imagine? The sister is married. I'm talking about the sister now. The junior brother of that sister is sleeping with her sister kid, because the sister in the morning, all what she does is just like drop the kids with the guy, go to work. Lagos life, come back at night. So the guy is the one that has access to the kids. So the guy has taught to these children's brain that they love the guy more than their mother. Can you imagine that? So no matter what, don't let anybody take your place. I'm not saying everybody is a bad person. I'll keep saying this. Not everybody is a bad person, but be watchful. That is just my point. Be watchful. That is, I think I've talked about that. Then also I'll be talking about free. Yeah, like every child should have a free moment. Don't engage them too much. Don't say let them be free. Let them be able to express their mind. That's another thing I want to talk about. Let them, when you allow a child to express, even if they are talking in the rubbish, like I used to say, let them express their mind. They have things to say. There are things that you think you don't know. This kid knows them. You don't understand. You can't imagine. It was my small pastor child that taught me how to use TikTok, and I went to see his page on TikTok. I was just laughing. Then I was just like, "Are you serious?" And when I got to TikTok, I realized that I have a lot of kids on TikTok. Can you imagine? And these are apps that a lot of things, people show they expose their body and stuff like that on TikTok. You get what I'm trying to say? So know what your child does and be able to monitor them. Then I said, let them be familiar with their bodies. It's important for them to be familiar with their body. It's very, very important. It's so important to be familiar with your bodies. This is very, very important. Then also, I'll be saying this. What do you do? Assuming your child is being molested, how do you tend to know? Now, I'm not saying this is 100% sure, but it can help you. Now, if your child is being molested or is being threatened, because some people will molest a child and they will threaten the child not to talk. You need to understand this. That's why I said you need to have a relationship with your child. When you have a relationship with your child, even if a person threatens your child, you will notice something is wrong. You understand what I'm trying to say? You will notice something is wrong with this. Something is wrong. This is not my child. This is not my son. This is not my daughter. Now, if a child is being molested, his mood will change. This is I'm talking from age 5 now. His mood or her mood will change. His performance in school will drop. These are things you need to know. If a child is being molested, these things will affect him psychologically. So his performance is dropped. So at the point that your child's performance is being dropped, please move closer to that child and dig deep into what is going on. Then also, whenever your child said, I'm not going to this auntie's house, I'm not going to this uncle's house, please dig deep. Know the reason why that child is not going. You don't understand? Know the reason why that child is not going. Then I want to say another thing. Please mind the people that kiss your child. I don't know if you see one video on Instagram that one guy was kissing his junior sister. Now, it's not wrong for your siblings to kiss your children. It's not wrong. But the part is, if somebody can do it from that child will think it's a normal thing. So if an outsider is kissing her, she will just accept it. So you can peck her, it's fine. But having a mouth-to-mouth, kissing with a child is so wrong, no matter who it is. I watched an interview, and the man said, I would rather not even kiss my child mouth to mouth, because I'll let her know that nobody should do this to you unless you are married. So at that point, no outsider will kiss your daughter. But the point that your siblings are already kissing your child, trust me, it will go to another point. So when an outsider does it to her, she will think it's a normal thing. Then also, I'm sorry to say this, there are times that I watched a video that a parent was blaming his child for being abused. A child does not know anything. A child's mind is so opened. They can receive anybody. But it's not left for the parent to train that mind. It's not left for the parent to train, to channel that mind in the right way. I don't know if you are getting what I'm trying to say. That is very, very important. Train, you are the one that will, it's you that will now shaping their mind. In fact, for example, maybe you cannot go to church and you send your kids to church. Ask them what happened. That is very important. Ask them, what happened in church today? What happened in school? I'm not saying you should be too curious or something. Relax your mind. One thing I tell people, it will never happen to you. But the thing is, just be too cautious. Be too cautious of what is going on. Then also, I will also say this. If your child is an adult, like from age 7, you can check his performance on Instagram, Facebook, check his friends, go through his friends, look at what they do. Then also, there's a way you can even track your children's phone. That if you're at home, there's a way you connect your child's phone to your phone. That even if you're at home, you can know what he or she is doing on his phone. You can do it for your child. There's nothing bad about it. It's not as if he's not insecurity. You are just trying to make sure he has a perfect life. Because at the end of the day, like I said, it will still bounce back on you. So anything you do now and you're not doing it right, we always bounce back on you. Then I think the last thing I'll be talking about is trust. Yeah, this is another thing I'll be talking about. Trust your kids. Please always trust your kids. So whenever they tell you something, believe it. That is where I'm going to trust. It's very, very important. A lot of parents does not trust their kids. So whenever they are even telling them something that, mommy, this uncle did this to me today, they will say, shut up. You need to trust your kids, please. This is very important. So when they tell you anything, even if it's stupid, just say okay. Then think about it. I'm just saying this because this child abuse is really beyond our imagine. It's going wild, It's beyond. If they can rape somebody in church, I don't understand what else is going to happen. So, and also we need to be prayerful. See, there are times that I don't tell parents to pray alone. Pray with your child, even if it's 2 years, 1 year. Put him beside you. Let he or she inculcate what you do. If you're a Muslim, wherever you are praying, put them beside you, because anything they learn from you, it will really help them. So I don't mind. I don't know the type of religion you are into, but please let them do it with you. Put them into that practice. Put them into that lane. It will really, really help them. It will really, really help them. I think these are the important things I need to talk about. Then the last part I'll be talking about before I drop this video, because I'm trying to work with 30 minutes video so that we can share with people. Now, somebody asked me that, Titi, do you think it's right to train your child, the female child, in a separate way and the male child in a separate way? I said no. Train them together. Train them together. Thank you, Mr. Emmanuel. It's rare for a kid to really lie. Yeah, you're right. Train them together. See, let your female child knows what they don't touch in the male child. I think that is important. We need to know these things. I'm just trying to open it up. Let her know this is a man. These are the things you don't do to a man. Then let the guy knows this is a woman. This is okay. I don't know. See, training is just stage by stage. There are things like you don't tell them when they are very young. There are things between the age 5 and 0. There are things you don't tell kids. Between age 5 and 10, there are things you tell kids. I don't know if you get what I'm trying to say. Then between the age of 11 upward, there's the things you tell kids. So it's not as if the training you're going to give is 0 to 5 is the same training you give to 5 to 10. No, it's totally different. Now, I think we need to get to a point that you need to train a man to understand the fact that women are fragile. Like, let your child be responsible right from little age. I really want to dig into this point. Let your male child be responsible. Like, this is your duty as a man. A man is always the head. Train him to be the king, even right from the kid. Train him how to take care of his younger ones. Then, as a lady, train her to be respectful. Train her to love his brother. I don't know if you get what I'm trying to say. So you tend to balance the equation. It tends to, because even things are happening today. If we raise our children well, trust me, even if all these issues will be happening, it will be minimal. It will really, really be minimal. Because today I saw a video that was seriously disturbing, that a man has to stab his wife, and at the end of the day, he poisoned himself. That kind of life is worrisome. So I think we need to do that also. Let's start teaching them now. See, one thing I tell people is, like I said, I will never blame my parents for anything that has happened to me. The bottom line is, my children should not experience what I've experienced. So how would they not experience it? By giving them the right education. By giving them the right education. And let them know, whenever anybody do anything to you, please talk to me, speak out. They should not be scared of you. Don't turn yourself to lion. Parents should not be a lion, please. Parents should not be a lion. I'm just begging us. Be free, be exposed, tell them. Then also, take your children out. This is another point I want to talk about. Most of these girls of nowadays, most of these young girls nowadays, you know what they do? For cinema, they used to sleep with them. Shawarma, they will sleep with them because of Shawarma 1000. Things that does. Beach, they used it. I will answer your question, sir. Beach, they used it to take them away. Please, in your little change, take your children out. Let them know these things are just for the meantime. If you can afford cinema, take them to cinema. Because at the end of the day, all these boys, these are things they used to deceive girls, that they used to sleep with these children. All this beach of a thing, cinema, shawarma, tantalizer, things that they can even afford when they grow old. That is like, let's teach them in the right way. Then give them the moral education and the sex education. That is just the point. And also, okay, there's a question here. Let me ask, is it good for girls and boys to live in the same room? It depends on the house that you are staying. See, only cut your coat according to your size. If you give your child the right education, they can stay in the same room. But it will get to a stage that you need to separate them. For example, or you separate their beds. For example, when I was young, I think my mom did a bunk for us. So everybody has a bed. I don't know if you get what I'm trying to say. So me and my brothers were no more sleeping together when I got to the age of 10, because the devil is wicked. Now I have a video. If you want that video, just message me, I'll send to you. Do you know a sister was sleeping with his 2 younger brothers, small kids? I have that video. That video is really disturbing. I still have that video. Can you imagine? And they were recording it. Oh, the girl was one that set the camera, and they were recording it. So it starts from somewhere. So I feel like if you can afford a room, do a bunk for them. So let the boys sleep separate at maybe from 9-8. You understand? So then if you give them the right sex education, they will know this is not us. I don't know if you get what I'm trying to say. So you can drop your question, I'm going to answer it. Then also, I want to talk about this. I almost forgot. We parents should stop having sexual intercourse in the front of our kids. I need to say this. Parents should please stop having sexual intercourse in the front of your kids, because when you are not there, these kids practice what you are doing. These kids practice. Please, if you are staying in the same room, do your thing in the afternoon or at night when these kids are sleeping. Please, I'm begging us. I understand the fact that not everybody can afford 3-bedroom flat, 4-bedroom flats. Please stop having sexual intercourse in the front of, because at the end of, you not teach them sex education, they'll go and tell somebody, let's do daddy and mommy. This is where all these things start from. Oh. When they go to their friends, let's do daddy and mommy. Please teach them. And I'm begging us. I'm really begging us. Stop having sexual intercourse in the front of your kids. And whenever your child is saying something like daddy and mommy, please try to correct that child. Like, this is not, it's for adults. It's for adults. And also, let a girl child knows the risk when you start having sex early. You don't have to shy away from it. Let a child know that, okay, if you start having sex early, you might get pregnant. And if you get pregnant, trust me, you cannot further your education. And tell the guy too, if you impregnate somebody at the early stage of your life, we will stop your education. So that means you divert the money for your school to that child. So at that point, you're not creating fear, but they know that, you let them know that he's a responsible man, a person that can feed, that can impregnate somebody, stuff like that. So it's not fear, but they will be composed. So nobody will now come and, put them into one tight corner. I don't know if you get what I'm trying to say. Please just drop your question. I will answer it. So I think that's all I can say for now. I'll be having part 2 of this, because I still want us to talk about 1 or 2 things. So, and I say, please, whatever religion you belong to, train up your child. Train them to fear God. He said the fear of God is the beginning of wisdom. Is it good for mothers to be dressing naked in the presence of their male child? I will say no. I will say no. I'm not seeing. Assume it was before. I will say there's no problem. You understand? But at this stage, I will say no. Like I said earlier, sir, I said, a man said something, said, I will never kiss my daughter mouth to mouth. Why? So that nobody will do it to him outside, because they will think it's the necessary thing. If it's a small child that doesn't know anything, it's fine. If it's a small child, it's fine. But since the child is in secondary school already, I think we should not do it. So that even the boy will respect women. Do you understand? So he or she can respect women. So I will not support. To me, I will say no. Once my child is from age 7, I will not even do that in his presence. To me. But others, if you think it's fine, it's okay. But for me, I will say no. Okay, I read about a boy who impregnated his 2 young sisters. They are doing that for a long time. He eventually got pregnant. The boy ran away when the mom discovered. The mom actually discovered when the girls did not come to her for their sanity part for the month. Can you imagine? This is what I'm talking about. Sex education is important. Let the man know this is it. This is your sister. So, like I said earlier, if you watched the video from the beginning, you have discussed about this. So, that is why I said sex education is important. Because they are doing daddy and mommy in their presence. So, these kids are trying it too. Please, and up to one thing I will say, this thing, I'm always scared to say it, but I think I need to say it. Please, parents, give birth to the kids that you think you can take care of. See, you can give birth at any time, God's willing. If you think you can only take care of 1 or 2 kids at the moment, let's just do that for now. You know where the problem is coming from? When we have too much of kids to cater for, we are always on the run to give these children best education. While we neglect our duty at home. So I will say that, please, the little, if it's one, if it's two for now, that you can take care of. In fact, you can adopt. You can adopt as many as you want. So at this point, I'll just say that little that you can take care of, just take care of them. Give them the best education. You know one thing my mentor told me? My mentor told me, said, I can give birth to many children, but I decided to give birth to 2 because I want them to have best education, and I want to make sure my eyes are on them. I want to make sure that my eyes are on them. So that is just the point. It's not about how many children you have. It's about how successful they are. You can have 10 children and one will not take care of you. You can have 50 children and all their life will be wayward. Which you can just have one child and the child will turn to millions for you. Things are changing. Ìyàn tó kú ọmọ ló máa sín, ìyàn tí ó bímọ ọmọ ló máa sín, ìyàn tó bímọ náà ọmọ ló máa sín. But the best thing is, let's give our child the best education, not just school education, sex education, moral education, religious education. Let them feature in all parts. So do we still have any question? Any question? So I think this will be the end of the video. Okay. Okay, sorry, I'm just trying to go through the comments. Okay, somebody said trust no one, not in this age and time. But me, I'm not saying you should not trust. Then don't be too parents, I'm not especially women, we are always fidgeting or something. I'm not saying you should not allow your children to play with others. Let them be free, but make sure your eyes is widely open. So by the time your families, distance uncle, distance auntie comes around, make sure your eyes is widely open. That is the point. But trust people, because when you have too much of fear in you, you'll be sleeping and you'll be thinking about something else. No, don't stress yourself about that. But just make sure you know what is really going on. Okay, someone said better still, no one should touch my male child. Like I said, if you've given them the right training, even if somebody touched them, they'll come and tell you immediately. And in fact, if you tell that, I said, don't lie about the names of the private parts. Tell them to their face, this is this one, this is this one. So whenever anybody touch you there, come and sit down. Something happened, there's this girl that used to go and that used to play in the street. The uncle put him on his lap, and the uncle was rolling this girl on his lap. I don't know if you get what I'm trying to say. So whenever this girl see any man, you say, I want to sit on your leg, I want to sit on your leg. You know that kind of thing. So it's so annoying. So please, that I said, let's teach them. Let them know what is right from what is wrong. Don't let us lie to them. Your children are your future. Yes, that is very, very important. That is very important. All right, thank you for joining this section. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Do we still have any question before we go? Any question? Any question, please? Any question? Please, I'm waiting for questions before I go. Then also, parents that used to keep nude pictures on their phone, please, is wrong. If you have nude pictures on your phone, please don't give your child that phone. It's wrong, please. Because I know that some parents, I understand that for some parents used to keep all these pornography videos and stuff like that on their phone. Please, whenever you have something like that on your phone, don't give it to your child. Don't give it to your child. That is very, very important. That is very, very important. So any question, please? Any question? I'm waiting for questions. Questions, please. Then also, if your child is being molested, I actually want to say this also. Please don't keep quiet. Don't keep quiet. There's this saying, I will not buy into that saying. Somebody said that, okay, assuming your cousin or your auntie raped your child, that you should keep quiet. Please, no. There's this Yoruba saying, Yoruba people understand, wani kama boruko ebije. Please, not because you want to cover somebody, spoil the future of your child. Because if you keep quiet, the same somebody will go and rape another person. So please, at this point, don't keep quiet. I won't say you should keep quiet. Yeah, forgive. Show your child love. But don't keep quiet. Let him face the justice. Because you are his family, he won't rape your child. That's I want you to know. If you think I'm your family, you should not rape your child. So As far as somebody has raped your child, the person already tell you you are not my family. So don't say it because you don't want to borrow ebije, because a lot of kids, you know, they have this anger in them. They have that anger in them because of what they've passed through. Not everybody will come and say I'm molested. Not everybody come and say I'm raped because of, you know, disgrace and, you know, the way we are in Nigeria now. If you say you are molested or you are raped, you might not even see husband. That hashtag will be on you, you know, that kind of thing. But please, at a tender age, don't jeopardize your kids' future. Don't jeopardize your kids' future. All right, 2 minutes more for questions, please. 2 minutes more for questions. Then also, I want to say this. A lot of parents believe that when your child goes to single girls or single boys, they won't be molested. Things are happening in single girls and single boys school. I went to a single girls school. Then also I changed to mixed school. So don't think because my child is in girls only or boys only, nothing is happening. Things are happening. So it doesn't matter which school your child is. The important thing is give them the right education. I don't know if you get my point, because all these lesbian starts from girls only. All this homosexual, all this gay of a thing starts from, because they're already loving themselves, especially boarding house. You realize that you have boyfriend in the body, you have school father in the body, you have school mother. At the end of the day, little by little like that, those things escalate. So I will advise that it doesn't matter if you put your child in girls only or boys only or mixed school. Anything that will happen. But the bottom line is just like, the parents should not neglect his or her duty. The parents should not neglect his or her duty. Your teacher should not be in the best position to teach your child sex education. Your children teacher in church, your children teacher in the mosque, they are not in the best position to teach your child what you need to teach your child. Because at the end of the day, this child will leave the school, they will leave the church, they will be left alone with you. So what will you be doing at the age of 60? What will you be doing at the age of 70? So if you jeopardize the future of your child now, it will always tell in the future. And the thing is, the child will regret it, the parents will regret it. That is the truth. That is the truth. So at this point, I want to say thank you so much for watching. Thank you. We'll be having section 2. That is, we still need to talk about. I actually want to talk about a child that has been abused. What do you think we can do? How do you think we can help the child? But I'm still trying to get some information. Then maybe we can get a rehabilitation center for child like that. So I'm still trying to put 1 or 2 things together before we have section 2. Thank you so much. Please share this video with people so they can learn 1 or 2 things. They can learn. Nobody is an island of knowledge. Nobody knows it all. You think you know it? No. We keep learning. So just let me share videos on your page and let's learn 1 or 2 things. Thank you so much. Till I see you again, I remain myself, Ogundele Titi Gold, known as Titi Gold. Thank you. And please, in case you have any question, or in case you have a child that has been molested or needs help, please don't hesitate to message me. Message me, please. I will always respond. I do check my message. Even if I have a lot of message, but I will just try to check. Please message me. Or if you have any question about your child, just send me a message. I will respond to the message, because child abuse needs to stop. Even if it's not going to stop, it should reduce. Our children's child should not be taken away from them. They should have the best education. They should have the best family. They should have the best of life. They are not meant to experience what we've experienced. Thank you so much, and have a wonderful night. Please stay safe. Stay safe. Corona is real. Pray to God, pray to Allah, and stay safe. Bye. Thank you. Yeah, Wurola, thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you, Daddy Oluwole Joshua. Thank you. Despite the time differences, you are still here. My lecturer, Mr. Femi Fashaye, thank you. Mr. Marcos, Nifemi, Peter, thank you. Ibeji Taiwo, thank you so much. Thank you. Bye.